growing up as an Arizona fan and wanting to play for this school, now getting the chance to represent it in the super regionals. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I grew up watching these games. I grew up in this park when they went to the series in 2012. I was here in 2021, so now being on the field in 25 is definitely super special.
How about getting, going to the Supers for the first time for Chip since he's been here too?
Yeah, he was super excited on a Sunday when we clinched. So it's not done. We still got more to do, but he's definitely embracing it as always. But it's gonna be super fun.
When you have a park that has the shorter walls, is it hard to resist just trying to put it over because it looks like it's shorter?
No, we're just used to hitting. You don't control the distance of the field, and you don't control that based on ball flight or any of that. So you just hit, and if the ball goes out, great. Um, it goes out more on the road than here, so it plays to our advantage.
Did it feel like on Sunday that Polly was pitching around you?
Let me think. I'm
You
sure
got
they
hit a couple
were.
times, but it
Yeah,
also looked like they were just not trying to give you the stuff that
yeah.
Utah Valley had.
I mean, the game kind of dictated. We were winning by a lot when I came up with my first at bat. I think we are up two, but it looked like it. I'd assumed that after the game before. And then I think they were short staffed, so I think they were trying to throw strikes, but I mean, they were so many games in. It was just what it was.
Aaron kept clearing the bases too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got an open bag after he hits a bomb. It makes it hard on them.
How big is it having him have kind of get back to where he was earlier in the season?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, you saw how many runs we put up, and he was a huge reason for that. So he's doing the job for sure.
Do you think hitting can be contagious? A
Absolutely.
couple guys start going, and then maybe others follow suit.
Absolutely. Hitting, you have to be comfortable to hit. So if the guy around you or the guys around you are hitting, it makes you feel better about yourself. Definitely showed this weekend when we would get one big hit, the next big hit would come, and then after that, we just run away with the lead at some point in the game. But that's just what we have been doing in the last few games, and hopefully to continue that.
I know that you're 100%. I know you're 100% a team player, but how good did it feel to get the MVP at the conference tournament and then the MVP at the UG regional?
Yeah, I just think when I feel like I'm being my best team guy is when I'm doing the best statistically. I don't think about it. I just go out there and try to get on first base for Donnie behind me and drive in Summer, Walt, or Fogel, or whoever's up in front on the bags. But I don't even think about it. So when those do show up, it's really cool. But we're on to the next thing, and hopefully we can get to Omaha in 2 or 3 games.
We talked to Brendan pretty extensively about just kind of dealing with the ups and downs of the season and dealing with the personal frustration. Like maybe he doesn't feel like he's doing as well as he should, but trying to put the team ahead of that. How hard is that to do as a baseball player?
I've learned with being in the role I'm in, as I go, or as we talking about Aaron and Summer, as we go, the team goes. They look to us to throw the first punch and to lead it on the field. So we take the responsibility of if we show up and we're going to do the job because that'll free up everyone else. And if we're not, we trust the other guys, but really just trusting yourself and trusting each other to get the job done. And if you don't, it is what it is. You don't really think about it that much, but just playing it pitch to pitch and not thinking too deep because it is a game and it's not a huge deal at the end of the day. But just play the game.
How would you describe Britain's play since he's come back?
Yeah, he started off with a bomb, I think, in this park, and then I know he's been frustrated. He's had some really good games, but he's been doing the job. He's such a scary guy in the leadoff hole because you got me and Walton sitting behind him that they have to pitch to him, and he gets on base, I think, like over 500 at this point. But he's just on base constantly. He's running. He can take a bag. He can score from first and a ball in the gap. And it just makes havoc for the other team to have to deal with him and us at the top.
And would you have any reason to believe that he's not contributing?
Absolutely not. I mean, he's been a leader on this offense. He's been a leader defensively, and he's one of our guys. So he's been doing the job the whole year.
As much as you might have wanted to be able to play these super games here, the fact that you've had this success away from home for the past month, does that just make this feel like it's probably even a better scenario?
Yeah, it's been fun. We've been on the road for I think that was the third weekend in a row, and then we had some weekends before that we were here, which was fun. But it just feels like another weekend, just another road series, and it's a band of brothers on the road, and it feels like when we go out there, like we're going off to war, like we're leaving Tucson, we're gonna get it done and come back, and then go out for the next one. So it's really gotten us a lot closer than before.
So, what part of your game have you been focusing on improving the most?
Basically, I've been improving playing pitch to pitch and just competing because in the postseason, there's no extra stats, and there's no all these awards and all these things people talk about. It's just you just go out there and you try to win the game, because if you don't win the game, you don't get to play anymore. So what I do, I just try to compete and beat the guy, the pitcher, or the guy playing defense. So that's all I'm just working on.
What do you think about North Carolina just as a team?
I think they're pretty good. They got good staff. They got good hitters. I played with their leadoff hitter, Summer Ball. He transferred there this past season. It's a good spot, good crowd, good park. It's going to be really fun.
We were talking to the other guys about the sort of new ritual that TJ had created there in Houston, revealing the prize before the game. The player of the game gets it. What do you think of that, and how does it help you guys to get into the right frame of mind?
It's kind of like a switch we use it as. It kind of turns the team into game mode, where you see whatever he brings out, and it kind of fires everyone up. And it's almost like it's like your brain creating a new moment in time, because the day before it was something different, where I think people use these terms that are the same, and every game can feel like a one big long game. But when he shows us the toy of the day or whatever it is, it kind of just ignites a fire, and everyone's like, okay, that's the new goal. And then you just get rolling, and the game ends, and that's given out, and then the next day is another thing. So it's pretty cool.
Who decides who gets it?
I think it's him and Julian. I think they're the judges. But when someone does something, Julian runs around the dugout and screams, "You're on the ballot!" So I think he creates some sort of a ballot.
I assume you've gotten a couple of them.
I think I've gotten one or two.
Did you get
It's
someone
not.
for Utah Valley?
It's not a performance award, though. That's
Oh,
the
okay.
thing, is that people don't know. It's not about performance. It's the team. So you may not hit, but you may, like Tommy. I don't know how well he hit in one of those games, but it was I think in Arlington he made like 5 crazy plays, saved the game. So he got it because he was a team player that day. So it's not about individual statistic performance. It's about how well did you contribute to winning the baseball game.
Which one did you win? Like what car?
I won the fire truck on was our 2 games ago. I hit
Utah
3 home
Valley?
runs. Yeah, I won
And so
it
were
there.
you then in the circle with him for the next game, kind of moving around?
Yeah. So TJ's my roommate, so he showed me, like, I know what's coming out.
Oh, okay.
It was the first one I had known. So he said, like, we were talking about, like, how can we create a story around this? So I kind of put the story together, and I introduced it, and everyone got fired up. And I mean, we were up 2-0 in the first inning.
What was it?
It was a helicopter.
So there's like a what do you mean, a story around each one?
That was the first one. It started off as just a toy, and then it kind of transitioned into like there's a story behind the theme or whatever it is. It just kind of day by day. That's what I mean by it changes every day and kind of ignites a fire, so you don't know what you're going to see in that circle.
Cool.
All right, thank you, Mason.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, guys.
Appreciate it.